Hey folks, Ted from Immersion here, and we are back with some more D&D news. There's apparently going to be a Wizards of the Coast official sponsored virtual play weekend mini conventions for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I didn't see a ton of buzz about this. I saw it posted on a couple social medias, but I feel like the internet seems generally quiet about it. Maybe they're not interested. I don't know. So I thought I'd give it some coverage. Maybe we can boost it. If you're looking for games to play, maybe this could be what. Plus, it's also an opportunity to possibly get paid. So, anyway, there's an article here on the Wizards of the Coast website, D&D Virtual Play Weekends program information. So, the success of virtual play offerings at events such as D&D Live and D&D Celebration has shown a desire for more opportunities to share our love of things D&D. As we continue to evolve how we connect with one another, we're excited to announce a new program worldwide to play D&D together on a regular basis. D&D Virtual Play Weekends is a monthly program that serves as a mini convention for D&D Tabletop. We've partnered with premier event organizer Baldman Games to bring this program to you. And then you can see right here, each month, D&D Virtual Play Weekends will feature the following: monthly D&D Tabletop play starting on Friday, ending on Sunday. New Adventure League adventures, play them here first. DMs can submit and run their own adventures outside of Adventures League. Ticketing and registration through the Yawning Portal, organization and table assignments powered by Baldman Games Discord, and play with some of the best DMs around. And you can see there are events right here: November 13th to 15th, December 11th to 13th, January 15th to 17th, February 19th to 21st, and March 12th to March 14th. So they're already projecting into 2021. Realistically, given the fact of where we stand with COVID, we're probably going to be at least into the spring of next year before we start being able to have legitimate conventions again, if even that at all. So here's where players can go. Here's where DMs can go. Games will be either 2 or 4 hours long. Time slots may differ, be longer to account for virtual play formats. If games run a little bit over, all DMs are vetted and approved by Baldman Games. If you sign up to be a DM for a D&D AL game, you can also submit your own D&D adventures for play. Future events will open DM-submitted adventures for other DMs. DMs are compensated by Baldman Games through sales of tickets at their table. November 2020 event specifics. Our first theme for this event will be scary. Let's keep the scary stories rolling into November. Consider our theme in beta for now. Themes are fun prompts to help inform DM-submitted adventures. Will eventually apply to some D&D Adventure League adventures as well. So we go ahead and click the player and event information here. It'll take us to this Baldman Game Virtual D&D Weekends. And you can see there's some more information here, but more importantly, for a 4-hour adventure, it's going to cost you $15 to play. 2-hour adventure, it's going to cost you $8. And for a learn to play adventure, it's going to cost you $4. At times, we also have special events or epics with different costs. We also offer tickets that are for multiple adventures, such as a $50 ticket to play an entire trilogy with the same DM and players at set determined times. Make sure you look carefully before purchasing. Due to online gaming taking a little longer and some games being technical difficulties, 4-hour games will be placed in a 5-hour block, and 2-hour games will be placed in a 2.5-hour block. And then you can see you can head to the Yawning Portal here to register for games that are currently open. You can view the schedule and so on. Here's the official yawningportal.dnd.wizards.com, and where you can go ahead and register for different things here, right? And then if we were to go back here, you can see here's the DM information. And again, if you sign up to be a Dungeon Master through Baldwin Games, they do compensate you. So you can... let's see, the rate is 75% of the ticketed price after credit card processing fees. Currently, we said it's $15 for a 4-hour, $8 for a 2-hour. Learn to play is reduced to $4, but the DMs will be paid out as if it was $8. And then you can try to sign up. You'll have to be vetted. Payments look like they're only via PayPal. And yeah, I mean, if you've never played, I've played with a lot of Baldwin Games-based adventures. So they're pretty solid, and the folks at the Baldman Game team is pretty good as well. So I think you'd be in a good spot if you were to join this. So I just wanted to do a little bit of coverage on this to say, like, hey, this is really cool. Also, my other question is, Wizards, it's October. The pandemic and all this stuff's been happening since March. Why are we just now getting this? Like, did you really need to have 2 events to find out that people want to play D&D online where they can have DMs do it? Like, there are other things out there like Start Playing and other resources that people have developed for designing and determining online play for D&D because people have been asking for it. One, for before the pandemic even started, because people want to find ways to play games. And now, like, especially with the pandemic, it just shocks me that it took them this long to put it together, and like it doesn't start till November and it goes into next year. It's a great idea. I also don't know why this isn't a thing that they're just doing all the time, regardless of the pandemic. Like, there are plenty of people who don't have local game stores by them and would love to play D&D online, and this could be the resource for them. This is the kind of things. This is like the same kind of thing I've been saying for years about D&D Beyond. Like, it's a great resource. Why didn't it launch with the system? Like, that would have made sense. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, well, I would never play for D&D, and some people do feel that way, and that's fine. You're entitled to feel that way. Not everybody is lucky enough to have a local group that they can play with, and sometimes online play is the only way they can do it. And if they can't find a group that they jive with, then they might end up going this route. And this is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. It is Adventure League stuff, so in theory, when this is all over, you could take your character and go elsewhere to play an Adventure League play. You're going to get to demo some early stuff. I'll tell you one thing. If there is going to be like big weekends where they're doing a trilogy of events, that $50 ticket where it's the same group of players and the same DM all weekend, that may be worth it. I've done that kind of things before at different conventions, and it's a blast where you pick a DM and you run through a whole set of content with the same group of players and the same DM, and that can be a really, really good experience. So anyway, I just wanted to cover that a little bit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited about this? Do you feel like me, where you're like, this is a good idea, it's actually a great idea to do it, why are we just doing it now and not back in March? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you all next time.